Hello from the Dreamport Discord server. I'm ShadowsPub, bringing you Pimp Your Post Thursday. On the show today, we'll share posts, meet others, and have some fun. You can share your own post or someone else's you really like. Take part, drop the PYPT emoji into the show text channel. I'll add you to the list to take a turn sharing posts. Want to call on you? Add your post link to the text channel and come on voice to tell us about it. Keep it brief, like a short commercial for the post. If you can't do voice, it's okay. You can share by text, but text and the link must be ready to paste into the text channel when I call on you. You can have more than one turn, but you must use the emoji for each turn. Okay, and let's get started with Amy. She reclaimed first position today. And get it up on the screen. Come on. And Amy says, my passion for fashion has driven me to take my skills to the next level by enrolling in fashion school. After an exciting first week of classes, I wanted to share some of my key takeaways with fellow fashion lovers, especially the designers in our building. As we all know, learning is a lifelong process, and I know these sites will be helpful. Well, good for you, Amy. Heading her back to school. So how do you feel after that first week? You feel informed. That's a good way to be when you're going to school. And let's see, who do we have next? Is Luchelle. You're up. Hello. There we go. And we'll get that up on the screen. Got to show off these foods that she's going to talk about here. She says, what is your favorite fried food? Samosas, chips, banana fritters, or something else? I heard someone, guess Alexander White, say that she prepared French fries with her air fryer, and I'm guessing that's her favorite. Well, mine is a carabine cake. If you'd like to know how it's prepared, please read the post. Oh, Alessandra, did you get an air fryer I don't know about? The image showed for me on the recording, Luchelle. I think you might have heard Artemis or I talking about doing fries in the air fryer, Luchelle.
Definitely not me.
Yeah, that's why we were chuckling. Cooking and Alessandra are not normally said in the same sentence. All right, Bipolar, you're up. Yeah, I think so. And, come on. That seems slow this morning. This afternoon. And, Bipolar says, hey guys, check out the bag I made for my aunt for her birthday. First attempt at this pattern. Looks really sharp. Nicely done, Bipolar.
Ooh, that's pretty.
Alright. And Bookerman, you are up.
Alright, let me just get unmuted and get over to where I need to be. So, the post I'm sharing with you guys right here is we had a little call to action. One of our partnered wrestlers Perry Saturn fell in some really hard times. His furnace ended up breaking, and it was -6 degrees Fahrenheit. I believe that's -21 degrees Celsius for all you that do not use the Fahrenheit scale, which is bitterly, bitterly, dangerously cold. His furnace ended up breaking, and we did a call to action on Hive and with our community. We raised, in total at this point, about $700 for Perry, and there's some pretty awesome people that I mentioned in the post, some names that you guys will remember, huge parts of the Hive community that were gracious enough to donate. And so that is a little post kind of recapping the call to action. And also, whatever that post makes, we are going to cover that and actually pay that out to Perry also.
Very nice. Yeah, Minnesota, that's almost a warm temperature in Minnesota.
Yeah, for sure.
That's a cold spot in the U.S. Well, I'm glad you're getting some success with it.
Yeah, I'm very happy to see the Hive community come together, and it really just shows the power of Web3 and also the power of Hive and the love that people have in the community itself.
The community has often responded to calls like this. Well done. Thank you, Bookerman. Oh, we got 2 more dropped here. And next up is Artemis. You're up.
Okay, sorry, I wasn't ready.
Oh, gosh. What will we
Shame
have to do?
I know. Actually, I think my keyboard just... Where's the return? How do I post my link without being able to hit my return, my enter button?
Oh, that's always an interesting challenge.
Yeah, I think maybe my battery just died. Do you want to come back to me? I'll swap out my batteries.
Okay, or grab your tablet.
It's way over there. I have to fire it up. It'll take a minute.
And Wandering Moon, you're up. I caught her off unaware, didn't I? Are you with us, Wandering Moon? Or did you get called away? There she is.
Yeah, I'm here. It's just I was eating, waiting for you to call me, and I had to redo my phone. Hang on a second. Here we go.
Then I went and called you before you could swallow, right?
This is a post. Did I do the right one?
You did. I think the Artemis's keyboard responded slowly and kicked one in.
Okay, yeah, there we go. This is a DIY paper creation, and it's really cool. I think it would have been a little better, more sturdy, had they used cardboard for the complete project.
Maybe they just didn't have it available. It is cute, though, eh? Well, they made several of them in different colors. Ah,
What a cool
that's
organizer.
what they did. Yeah. Scroll to the bottom, folks, and see exactly what they did. That's cool. Thank you, Wandering Moon. You do find some interesting ones. Artemis, do you have a keyboard now?
I do. So as we all know, ShadowsPub does the daily echoes, and I love this word, zany. And read the quote because I think it's actually a really interesting way of looking at this word. Give yourself permission to embrace joy, defy conventions, and let your imagination soar in the most zany way you can. I love it. And scroll down to the bottom and let Shadows know if you'd like her to create a podcast or reflection on the Daily Echo.
I've been getting some unusual words this month, and it could be because I'm using Shakespeare as a source.
That's a little zany.
And I will be continuing to use Shakespeare in the coming months. He's credited with something like 1,600 words. I think I might be able to make it through the year using him.
I think you're in good shape.
Yeah. Or maybe 2 or 3. All right. Now, mind you, all the words he's credited with, they've later discovered that he didn't actually bring them into the English language. In some cases, he was using something that had already been used a long time ago. And in other cases, there were words that it was the first time they were put into print. But he did bring some into the English language. And Kitty Girl, you're up.
Well, I would like to talk about the fruit of the dragon. We call it dragon fruit in English, but in other languages they call it other things like pitaya, P-I-T-A-Y-A, or pitaya, however it's supposed to be pronounced. But it's a tropical fruit that I thought came from Asia, but oddly enough, it comes from Mexico and Guatemala, Costa Rica, places like that. I mostly heard Asians talking about it, which is why I thought that's where it came from. But it is an expensive fruit in my part of the world. I live in a temperate climate, and I don't think they transport really well, but they can be brought in. And they're expensive. Like one fruit is like $6 here. And I just could not think about spending that much money on one fruit, never having eaten it, and didn't know if I was going to like it or not. But I found some that was frozen and was able to purchase it, and I do like it. It has a taste that's a little bit between a kiwi fruit and a red raspberry. And I thought it was quite delightful, so I went ahead and tried it, and I was glad I did.
Alessandra, that seems like something you should get in honor of Nisaboo. I'm not sure she's actually at the keyboard. Go ahead, Kitty Girl.
And just for fun, I'm putting a poll in the chat. I want to find out how many people have eaten dragon fruit. And
I definitely have. I love dragon fruit. And I also have a new affinity for pomegranate seeds.
Yes, I do like pomegranate.
Now, I enjoy pomegranate, but not necessarily the seed. I'm just, I've never actually eaten a pomegranate, but I've had like juices and things that have pomegranate mixed in with them, and it's really quite tasty.
Like,
but the seeds look to me like it would be difficult to get through.
That's funny you mentioned pomegranate, Alessandra. My friend was here, and she always gives me new flavors that I've never had before. So I told her that it was going to be Mexican themed, and I made these really cool tacos and everything, and I was going to make guacamole because I have avocados. And she said, you have to get a pomegranate. I thought, that's weird, but okay, I grabbed one. Pomegranate in guacamole, I've never had it before, but it's fantastic.
What, the actual flesh of the fruit or the seeds or both?
We just put them in, you know how the seeds are surrounded by the juice, the kernels? We just threw them in and mixed them through. And it gave a nice little texture to it, and the flavor with the avocado and the onion and whatnot was delicious.
Yeah, they're an amazing ingredient. I found them in fresh salads in England, and I'm like, what is this in my food? And I had to figure out what it was, and I'm like, this is really unique and tasty.
Well, now,
So,
do you actually eat the seeds of the pomegranate,
oh
Alessandra?
yeah, oh yeah. Because as Artemis was describing, they have a little membrane that wraps around the seed, and that's filled with juice.
Kind
And the
of
little
similar
seeds are crunchy.
kind of similar to eating the seeds in a kiwi. You don't really notice them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and there's seeds in the dragon fruit as well, but they give a delightful little crunch as you're eating the dragon fruit. Of course, mine was a little crunchy anyway because I ate it frozen. I could have let it thaw, but I thought it would be nice just to have it kind of, frozen and just let it kind of thaw in my mouth, like you would ice cream or something, and
It's a treat.
exactly, yes.
You'll have to try it both ways and see which way you like the flavor best.
Well, and I had an aunt too when I was a child who used to get fresh peaches in the farmer's market in summer, and she would cut them up into little bite-sized pieces and put them in bags in the freezer. And that was always a treat when I was at her house. I called them crunchy peaches because they had that frozen crunch to them, and they were just so good, especially on a hot summer day to have crunchy peaches, So that's what I did with the dragon fruit.
I keep bags of frozen fruit in the freezer so that I eat fruit on a regular basis. So, yeah, I know what the frozen fruit kind of like.
Yeah, I usually keep blueberries in my freezer because they keep longer than they will in the fridge, and I can take a handful out and rinse them under hot water to kind of thaw them and toss them in oatmeal and stuff. I love blueberries.
Do a
I have
mix.
frozen blueberries too. And when I want a sweet treat, I put some in a bowl and then and the honey freezes and goes really thick, so it's almost like a caramel. It's really yummy.
Trust you.
Yeah, that does sound good.
We should stop making everybody really hungry and let Luchelle
Yeah.
have a turn.
Sorry,
Okay, only
Lucio.
5 people have voted in the poll so far. We need to have everybody vote. Let us know if you've eaten dragon fruit.
Luchelle. She's
Maybe
off
she went
getting
to
a
get
snack.
something to eat. Yeah.
Maybe she's off getting her link. There she is. She's typing. Your turn. You're up. Okay. And she says, have you ever stopped to listen to the sound of nature? How do you feel afterwards? In this post, I shared some sounds in nature that you can't afford not to listen to. You'd love every one of the sounds cross my heart. Why did she have to cross her heart? What are you convincing us of? Thank you, Luchelle. And Kelvin, you're up. And he's typing. Check the post first and find out what she's convincing us of. Good response, Luchelle. Calvin's typing. There we go. And let's get that up on the screen. So, Calvin says, the only thing I'm going to say about this post is that it is my love story. You can read about it. You mean it's your love story that you created? Or it's your love story as in your life? Is he going to tell us? His life. His true life love story. There you go, guys. You're going to get it all right there in that post. And gee, you are up. Artemis. And she was waiting. You guys are doing the quiet thing today. Excuse me. And she says, come on, up on the screen. Anger, they say, destroys in one day what it took 100 years to build. This is me telling my anger tales and also giving out tips on how to curtail your anger, just like I did. Feel free to read on. Oh, where were you 2 weeks ago? Right, Artemis?
That's for sure. You all would have been shocked, and that's all I'm going to say.
Oh, well. Check it out. Figure out that anger deal. And NChem, you are up. There we go. Let's get that on the screen. And NChem says, do you wish to laugh so hard? This is more of a comedy post. The post recaps a humorous incident where Princess Buseo had a close encounter with a lion at a resort during our Hive meetup. Kindly check out the post for more details. I take it she didn't get eaten, eh? Yes, Alexandra, that is a wise word. Don't mess with the Canadians.
Oh, that would have been funny if she had said, read the post to see if she was eaten or not.
That would have been. Amy says she read it and it was funny. I got another link here I need to move. And next up we have Pravesh.
Hi. Am I audible?
You are audible.
Okay, all these years, and I still get nervous when you call me.
Why?
Okay. I don't know.
I haven't bit in a long time.
Yeah, maybe.
She can't reach you.
Yeah, that's why I can speak at all. Anyways, this one is from Bemir. She's a lovely girl. You should go and follow her first of all. Anyway, she did some crocheting. Is that a word? I am not sure. I don't know. She made a fingerless glove and two of them. So, and the yarn that she used, I love this. It's a little DIY project. So she told these tabs that she used and all of those. I don't understand this business, frankly, but I love the final product. It's cute, looks comfy, and it's a fun project. So yeah, go and check it out how she did it.
Thanks, Bookerman. Good to see you. Yes, crochet is an actual word, Pravesh. Bipolar
Is crocheting
Yeah.
crocheting
yeah,
is also one. Okay.
Abinad and Artemis and Bipolar can tell you about it, and I think maybe even Amy. Amy's so multi-skilled that I keep losing track of all the things that she does.
And I
Yeah,
love
you
her. I love it when people do bilingual posts.
She does all the bilingual posts. She writes in Turkish first and then translates them in English.
Yeah, she hasn't been able to get into PYPT in a while.
Should I bring her next week?
Good plan. And Pravesh, you won 1 HBI.
Wow,
So did that scare you when I said your name?
how surprising.
All right. Artemis, you are up, and it's a good time to drop some more links, or some more emojis.
Well, I came loaded with links to, well, not loaded. This is from Shani, and I've actually followed her since, I don't know, 2016 or 2017. She's part of the Needlework Monday group. It's one of her groups. Anyway, she is super organized and puts me totally to shame. So she's taking February as finish at February, and she's sorting her projects into nays, nope, she's not interested, doesn't want to finish, yays, absolutely love it, and she'll finish it, and then the pile of ambiguities, which basically is a I don't know pile. And I love the way that she takes you through what she's thinking through her posts. But she also is saying that she could see February being a fix at February. And that's a really great idea for anybody that has mending to do or repairs that are piling up. Maybe February could be your fix at February. So enjoy your post, and please give her some love. Let her know she was at PYPT this week.
So don't know about in other parts of the world, but February has a tendency to be kind of a doldrums month in this part of the world. So yeah, that's maybe a good thing to be motivated to in February.
Yeah, February can be hard because you don't have as much sunshine. It can really affect you.
You've had a month and a half of very little sunshine, and now you've got another month of very little sunshine. And, sometimes the weather can be really weird. Anybody else got any links they're going to share today? I'm out of emojis. Okay, Artemis. Actually, what I'll do is have Pravesh go and then you again.
Perfect.
Pravesh.
So is it me?
Yes, please.
Okay, thank you. Now this one is this is a new person on Hive. He just joined last week, I suppose. So this is an introduction post, and she came to Terminal as well, and looks like a nice girl. Has a lot of positive energy and all. So I am sharing her post. So maybe she'll get more motivation to continue on, and so it's nice to get those comments when you are super early in the blockchain, and it's so motivating. So that's why have a read and maybe leave a comment welcoming her.
Looks like a good introduction post.
Yeah, it is a good push. She is doing some things.
23, almost 24, she says. I like how Pravesh often...
Singing...
Go ahead.
Singing posters. I saw a post that she was singing, and there was just reading a post that she cracked some IELTS exam so she can study abroad easily and stuff like that. She is a nerd as well, so I can see her doing well on Hive.
I noticed
with
she
so
called
many
herself a
talents.
nerd.
Yeah.
I also
can
noticed
see her
that
doing well.
there's a little pattern there, Pravesh. You're really good at bringing us the ladies' posts.
Uh-oh. Is that bad?
No, it's not bad. I just happened to notice it was a pattern.
Yeah. Now that you say it, maybe I don't trust men enough to be not being genuine enough. So if I share someone and they turn out to be like not the right guy or someone. I don't know.
Okay, that's reasonable. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. You're finding new folks and bringing them some attention. That's good.
Yeah, and ladies deserve a bit more on social media platform where it kind of may be creepy for someone to like get a genuine comments, especially for a lady
Yep.
or a girl on our social media, on a foreign platform. It's really great start so she can build up and grow more in confidence and all.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe it will help a bit.
Who knows? And maybe she'll notice when she gets tagged on Monday and she'll come and join us next week. Who knows?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Pravesh. Artemis, you're up.
Thought I'd stick with the food. This is a lady who shows you how she makes her pastry and makes these cute little pumpkin pie bites, she calls them, but I would think they're more of a tart. But if you've never made pastry before, this is a really simple tutorial on how to do it. And here's a tip. My dad made the most wonderful pastry, and my mom always got ticked off. So if you think you've handled your pastry too much, rolled it out 2 or 3 times, and you still aren't happy with it, put it in the fridge and leave it alone for half an hour to an hour. Let it get really cold, and then roll it out again, and it'll work.
Yeah, Dad made wonderful pastries, beautiful and flaky.
You can't
I have
overwork
seen
it.
this user before, Sunscape, and she has got some fantastic recipes. If you like food, scroll through her blog after reading this post Artemis shared, and you'll be amazed.
She is yummy. There's an Irish guy on TikTok, and he says, "Follow me, I'm delicious." I think that should be Sunscape's tagline.
So I was reading about I don't know where I came across it. It was some kind of a post this morning. And somebody was talking about, the little bits of pastry that can get left over. Mm-hmm. To take them and just kind of cut them into circles or squares or whatever. And you take one layer and put a bit of brown sugar on it, and then put another one on top of it, and put a bit of brown sugar on it, put another one on top. And then you kind of gently roll it a little bit and pop them into the oven. Apparently, that is a way that people use up the tail ends of pastry.
Remember, we used to roll them out and put the butter and cinnamon sugar and then roll them up like a pinwheel?
Yep.
And bake them? Oh my gosh, those were good.
How to use up everything. All right. Thank you, Artemis. Hey, Kitty Girl, you're up.
Oh, this is a young lady from India who enjoys hiking. In fact, she says she's posting this Wednesday walk, but she walks every day. And she has been going the last few days. She went up into the Himachal Pradesh, I think it is called, area of northern India, where you're in the foothills of the Himalaya mountains. There's a lot of little villages in the valleys there. And you can stay in a hostel or a hotel or whatever and then hike all these trails and up in the mountains. And she has got some beautiful photographs in this post. I think they are absolutely wonderful. And she tells a story about, what they're doing and what they're seeing along the way. And it's really fascinating for people that like travel posts. And I think my very favorite photograph in all of this post is this one right here. Her sitting on a rock overlooking the valley below. And it's just stunning. I love reading her posts and seeing this countryside in areas of the world that I'll probably never visit.
One thing that sticks out to me quite often is each vista is unique and beautiful, and yet we have lots of similarities with each other. You know what I mean? Like, it's not the same thing, but there's enough similarities as kind of like, Yeah, I could actually kind of be at home there too.
I think that way about Japan versus Canada.
Mm-hmm.
Right down to their maple leaves, the way they love their maple trees.
It just shows how connected we are, and we often forget that.
Yeah, and even though there's mountains near me, the mountains near me are nowhere near as tall as the mountains that in the picture she's got. Because I live in an area where the mountains have been worn down over the millennia from, rain and wind and whatnot. And this is a younger chain of mountains that's much taller. And the trees and the plants and things are a little bit different there than they are where I live. And yeah, it's interesting seeing the similarities as well as the differences.
Yep. Absolutely. It's one big beautiful world when we pay attention. And Luchelle, you have won the 3 HBI.
I see Pravesh says in chat, the Himalayas are so beautiful. Have you been up to the Himalayas, Pravesh, on a trip? Have you gotten to see them in person?
Nice.
Oh, wonderful.
All right. Thank you, kitty girl. Alessandra, you're up.
Okay, this post is being brought to you by New Cat Poe. Didn't talk about her and not have you see her. I do have an actual post, but Poe wanted to post this post, so here it comes.
Oh,
I'm doing this.
She was rescued from the LA fires.
Yes,
Nice.
she's a very brave girl, and she's not freaked out at all. She's good. She's good. Okay, so I'm doing all of this on my phone, like my Nigerian brothers and sisters do. They're like, "What's the big deal, lady? Catch up." But I'm also on my new headset, so this is really nice. I don't have to be carrying the phone around with me with a cord and whatever. So this is good. You say, Shadows, that the posts that we pimp here can be on Hive or they can be in other places, and I really see. I don't know if you saw my new way of promoting PYPT on the general daily chat of Creative Work Hour Discord this morning, but I think I have a new way to go about it. It's not just a reminder of when and where to find us, but like a little billboard. So that worked out really well. So let me bring you the post. I've got it in my clipboard here. Thanks for your patience.
Okay. I've been known to be that on occasion.
Okay. So, I don't know if it's going to open up or not. Oh, there. It looks like it is. So this is not yet on Hive. We have a creator named Gray Miller over in Creative Work Hour. He is an amazing polymath. This guy can do all kinds of things. Like yesterday, we were doing a break between the first and second hour of Creative Work Hour, and I played the song Time Warp from the Rocky Horror Picture Show. And this guy, he just gets up at we're on Zoom. He gets up from his desk and he does the full dance through the whole song. It was fantastic. What he finished yesterday and posted is on his own blog called the ADHD OS. And OS is not for a tech thing. It means open space, which is a kind of platform meets. He writes really well about ADHD, and he talks in this brief post that's on his blog, on his own blog, about a simple app that is on his Apple Watch. And some of you have different kinds of wearable devices, but he happens to have an Apple Watch. And did you know that apps that are created for the Apple Watch have an old-fashioned clockmaker's term for them? They're called complications. And so a watch app is called a complication. And this one is a way to manage tasks when your brain is just overstimulated. You've got a lot going on. Maybe you're going through a hectic time or a sad time, and your brain is not like at peak performance. And he talks about the breakthrough that he has with getting tasks done in a way that is gentle and self-loving just by this little complication, this little app that's on his watch. So Gray is interested in Hive, and I think he wants to bring his whole family to Hive. He just doesn't quite know how to get there yet. So we just want to show him some love. So this is on his blog, and there's a place to show him some love when you finish the end of the very, very short article. So I would love to welcome Gray Miller back here to PYPT and see if we can help him get moved in a really pleasant, loving way to Hive. So, the end.
I think we might be able to come up with a tutor or two. All right. Thank you, Alessandra. And Reke, you are up. There she is. I see her typing. And let's get this up on the screen. Come on. And she says, hello everyone. I wrote this post in response to one of the prompts in the Hive Naja community, and it's about things we used to believe in but no longer do. Please check out the post and share your thoughts. Those are always interesting to consider. Thank you, Reke. Pravesh, you are up.
So Kitty said, have I been on one of those tracks? I have been on some of them. This one is not in Himachal Pradesh, in its neighboring state, Uttarakhand. It's the same Himalayan range, but this one is more focused on temple visit, but like one of the most prominent temples in India. Like if you count biggest 4 or 5 temples, it will be one of them. Anyways, there are many pictures you can see. The peaks are like really high as well, maybe 6,000, 7,000 meters, something like that, some of them. And they're really tall, and it's chilly and so cool, calm. The river is so clean. Love it. Love every part of it.
Those shells leaving us. They are some beautiful
Not the base of them, like the peak of them.
Yeah.
7K is not the base, but still. Maybe base will be like 4,000-ish. Still very high.
They are
and
beautiful.
Some of them,
you're right on that.
One, some of them involves like trekking up to them, which could be like 10, 15, 20 kilometers, depending on how far they are situated. Some of them are on top of hills, and those tracks are really beautiful. And these are like, those tracks like filters those which are not really into the nature. So those tracks do a lot of filtering of those many people, so only the dedicated ones can go, which can really enjoy it. So I like the track should remain the track, not like every temple has to be, or every place has to be connected to a road where you can just park your vehicle and reach there. It's a stupid idea. Some have been going in that direction, but I don't like it.
You have your own ideas of how it should be. Sorry, go ahead, Artemis.
Oh, no. The colors are fantastic. I love the way that temple is painted.
Oh, yeah. Temple is believed to be like at least 1,000 years old. No one knows how old. Like, of course, there have been renovations, but no one knows the original one. It's in the, like, a very ancient text in Indian Hindu philosophy. it's mentioned, and it's one of the biggest one, like really in the text. Many thousands of people go there, but like half of the season is closed. Only in the summers it's open because of the roads gets blocked and you can't go. It's like very tough terrain reaching up to there.
Sanctum
What amazes
Sanctorum.
me is the GIF that's in the post showing those people riding along the road with that sheer drop off beside it. No guardrails or anything. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I'd be freaking.
Yeah. That's why they have to close it, at least in India, but still very tough. That's the adventure, I guess.
All right.
And they're like back in the time, people. I don't know how familiar you are with the Hindu philosophy, but there is a once you do the last rites of someone after they pass, you put their ashes in the river Ganga, which is the Ganges. So there is a saying that if you have to go on this track, like back then when people used to go there, they would do that first on their own. So they were ready to even die on those tracks. They were like fully ready. After then they will go. So that was like how dangerous it was to be. Now it's like fairly less dangerous, but still some parts of it is.
All right. Beautiful pictures. Probably the text is too. I just didn't read the text. Thank you,
Yeah,
Paresh.
X is just filler. Don't worry. I'm not a good writer, anyways.
And
Thank
G has won the 5 HBI. Oh, she isn't with us right now, but that's okay. And Old School says, watch and listen to a poem that was 10 years in the making. The Mermaid's Sojourn. There you go. And Seke, are you going to do voice or text? Then I will unmute you. You are up.
Hello. Can you all hear me? I think my network is good today.
You've got some loud music behind you, but
Yeah, it's the Catholic Church. I remember I was telling you that there's a church that was set up like opposite my house. I don't know what the event is, but there's surely something is going on. Anyway, this is So this year I found a music animatic or a music concept album, about the story of Odysseus, Homer's Odyssey of Odysseus. I don't know how many people know about it, but like I know surely people know of the Greek hero Odysseus. So I found this and I was blown away. Like I already know the story of Odysseus, how he's coming back home from Troy to Ithaca and friendship. But this is a retold version. It's pretty much still true to the fact, or to not really the fact, but true to what Homer wrote. But this is quite something. So for TTT for Trinity Tuesday, I just brought 3 tunes from the Cyclops saga. Last week I brought from the first saga, that was the Troy saga. But I'm just inviting you all to go read and listen to this post, then listen to the full song or the full album, and it's really something that I thought the musicals, the sound, everything is just nice. So that's the Epic Concepts album, the Cyclops saga. Thank you.
all right.
I guess I can mute myself right now.
Can you mute? Ah, very good. Thank you, Seki. Well done. And Artemis, you are up.
Oh, excuse me. in Canada, chrysanthemums are one of those flowers you look at. It's really common. October comes around, and you see big towers of potted chrysanthemums that people will buy to put in their autumn landscapes, or bring them in for Thanksgiving. But I never realized that chrysanthemums are actually superheroes of the garden. And you'll find out why when you read this. What caught my attention was the hive is Irish, and he actually told me about this chocolate bar, which is caramel coated in chocolate, called a Curly Whirly, and I adore them. And these are the golden curly whirlies.
No wonder you remembered that.
Well, that's what drew me in, and then I realized, wow, these are chrysanthemums, and then I ended up going down that rabbit hole, and I think they are superheroes of the garden.
All right. Yeah, I do seem to recall Mother planting them. And
I always had
weeding
them down at the trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember having to do the weeding. Turned me off of gardening.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
You're bored? Oh, go weed the garden. Thanks.
Yeah. I think that's how I learned to never be bored, but it never got me out of the weeding. All right. Thank you, Artemis. Pravesh, you're up.
Hi, now this will be a trip down memory lane. I posted this. This was one of my first travel posts. I posted this like 10 days after I joined Hive. I didn't know what to do, so I was like, okay, let's share one of the coolest treks I've been on Hive, and it got good response. And this one is like 4,000 meters high Shiva temple. This one is like probably really tough terrain to trek, like 20-25 kilometers one way, and very less amenities along the route. And it's up the, you can see us like halfway, just being almost collapsing, resting there, and it was fun. It was one of the coolest treks I've been on. We are planning to have a revisit there, and it's been on the plans for some time. Maybe, hopefully this year, maybe next year. That's all.
Anybody who really enjoys travel posts, you should have a stroll back through Pravesh's timeline, because you will find plenty of them on there. He's done some beautiful ones.
Yeah, and second, that was 2021. Imagine, like, I was like $3, fetching $3 or something. So
yep,
it was good time for posts too.
It was.
Yeah.
Imagine being so high you're looking at the top of the cloud. These are great photos.
You are almost at the...
You mean off the ground, not a chemical high.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Well, there are some mushrooms. Maybe if you try them.
There, now it comes out.
No, I don't recommend. Like, you can fall off. Anyway, both sides you will be going off thousands of meters down, so not recommended. But
probably not.
Feel free to try. Maybe you will go really, really high to the sky.
The original high.
There we go. All right. Thank you, Pravesh.
Thank you.
And Seki, you're on auto mode now.
Okay. I guess like it won't really be a Seki was in PYPT without an anime post. So here is My Hero Academia anime review. This is one that really got to me because like I've already read the manga. Like, okay, for those that don't know anime, they're like how most films are already in like book, like they already have a novel about them before they get like into cinema and into a movie. That's how anime is mostly like already have a manga or like a comic panel drawn before like it gets animated. So yeah, I already read the manga of this story, like I finished it and all. But like I wanted to check out the anime. it's not something I usually do, but like I also felt like, okay, let me check out how the anime is because the manga was that good. And usually the anime is like way poorer than the manga because of like different different incidents and different things, probably money, finance, different shit like that. But this was so good. Like this was wonderful. I love the animation, everything. I can just check more on my posts, and like I really recommend this. So yeah, My Hero Academia. For those who haven't watched, I think most everybody have watched or heard about this. Everybody like in the anime community and shit. So yeah, that's thanks.
All right, thank you. That was done to the backdrop of the Holy, Holy, Holy. I've done that song many a times at church. Well, I haven't done it, but I've sang it. I've been part of the congregation. And
Yes, sir.
Kitty Girl, you're up.
Well, before I talk about this post, I would like to make a public service announcement and remind everybody, before you start posting to a community on Hive, be sure to read the rules. This post is not what I'm talking about, but I read another post on Hive where somebody was writing about meat that they were cooking, and they posted it to the vegan community.
Oh, good Lord.
And yeah, and so forth and so on. And I mean, that's the fastest way to get your post muted and not make any traction on Hive. So, yeah, I just happened to see that post as I was coming across this one. That's why I wanted to mention that. So, yeah, before you post to any community on Hive, read the description, read the rules, and go from there. Anyway, so the post I wanted to share today is by Abinad. Since she's not here to share a post of her own, I thought this was a good piece of writing. She's talking about being more intentional in her life. And the post is talking about some mental detoxification that she's doing, and how she's letting go of things and coming to terms with reality, you know. And I just thought it was a really good musing, and she's a good writer, and it's a shame she's not here today to share her own post.
She was here for a little bit. She must have had something she had to leave for. But yes, it would be good if she shared, but thank you for doing so, Kitty Girl. And I see Chi has won the NFT this week. So she got the 5 HBI and the NFT. Thank you, Kitty Girl. And Seke, you're up.
Okay, I believe this is my last post for today, and it's probably my most personal post this week. Yeah, it is. So, yeah, there's some songs that really just bring up memories, and there's some songs that really just speak to you, you know. So like, oh, I said HBO. Anyway, so like, recently, like apparently to that post, according to what I wrote in that post, recently I was put in the position of giving a young lad advice because of like he was approached by cultists and gang members. And yeah, I don't really want to go into depths of the post. You can really listen to it there, but like there's most things about the song, which is actually a very good song by Names Bliss. I don't know, is an unknown artist, unknown grime artist. Names Bliss, that's his name. I just typed it there, and the song is telling him it's pretty much the same scenario that I had, and that's why I just said to write about it in Q, inspired by music community. So you can just go read, go listen to the song, and like here you can let me what you know in the comments. Thanks. Bye.
All right, thank you. You may have to thank your Catholic Church neighbors for the musical backdrop that you were able to present by. I'm sure they'll appreciate that.
Sure, if they will close early, because like these scenes could go on till probably 8 or 9, and like it's pretty hard to sleep when you're hearing hallelujah, 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 hallelujah quite loud from your window. So like, yeah.
They do the services that long? Wow. Ours were like an hour and gone.
Oh no, these ones are devoted. I feel like they have a special place in heaven, because like Bro, they go 4 hour. I don't know if it's a marathon, if it's a competition. I really don't know. And like, I'm not really an atheist, but please, like, yes, you're a church, but like, other people need to actually do other things. Like, it's quite special. Nobody has complained yet. I don't know. Maybe I'll be the first. Maybe not. Time will tell.
Pravesh says they want to make sure they have that place.
You know, funny thing, the music in the background was so loud, I thought at first Seki was in the church and snuck off to the back corner to share a post.
I kind of wondered about that. And then he did mention that they were neighbors, and he's mentioned it before.
It's not even loud now. Like, I'm literally in the farthest place. My room is literally like, from my room I can see the person playing the keyboard, and it's maddening. You'll run mad when you'll be on a call and you don't even hear the person speaking. You'll just be hearing whatever song they are singing or humming or playing. Oh well, sometimes the songs are nice though. So yeah, there's still that, but still.
So, do they have the doors open, or are they using external speakers?
They're using external speakers, and like it's not really something. I think it's not a church. It's more of like a tent of such. It's not really a building kind of thing. It's more like a tent, cause like they are just starting the parish or so. But like,
Right.
please be gone. Like, go away, bro.
I guess they want to make sure that the whole neighborhood knows they're there. Oh well, you could have worse neighbors, I'm quite sure. All right. I want to welcome Maggie. Maggie got in last week in the after chat, so glad to see you were able to pop in just towards the end of the of PYPT today, Maggie. Welcome. Anybody else have any? Go ahead, Maggie. I see you on mute.
I was just going to say hi and thank you, and I forgot the time again. I was thinking it was 12. I will get it right. I promise next time. But thank you. It's nice to be here. I'm grateful to hear everyone.
So Maggie does shows over on Go Brunch that often get streamed over to LinkedIn, and it's a mixture of music and chatting. So if you want to catch her over on Go Brunch, I'm sure she'd welcome you in. All right. And anybody else have anything they'd like to share today? Okay. And you've been listening to ShadowsPub host, Pimp Your Post Thursday. Thank you for joining us on PYPT. And join us next Thursday at 12 p.m. Eastern. Until then, keep on creating, and it's all about community. Oh yeah, bye. Bye, Wilma.
Bye, Wilma.